In the quaint town of Harpersville, Nebraska, nestled in the heart of the American Midwest, life moved at a leisurely pace. The town's main street, with its vintage storefronts and neatly painted facades, embodied the spirit of small-town America. On the afternoon of June 15th, 2002, everything seemed as it always did. Children played outside the corner ice cream parlor, and shopkeepers chatted with their regular customers. The sky, however, told a different story. Ominous clouds loomed overhead, their dark swirling masses a stark contrast to the serene scene below. This photo was taken just minutes before disaster struck. Within 10 minutes of the photo being snapped, the first sirens wailed through the town, a harbinger of the terror about to unfold. The tornado touched down with a ferocity that Harpersville had never experienced. Winds exceeding 200 miles per hour tore through Main Street, reducing buildings to rubble in mere seconds. The cozy diner, where locals gathered every morning for coffee and gossip, was obliterated. The aftermath was a scene of utter devastation. Emergency responders worked tirelessly, but the toll was staggering. 32 people lost their lives that day, including the town's beloved mayor, who had been trying to direct people to safety. Dozens more were injured, many critically. This photo, once a snapshot of a peaceful afternoon, became a haunting reminder of the town's darkest day. In this photo, a father and his young daughter are smiling radiantly under a golden afternoon sun. To an outsider, it's a heartwarming scene. The father, Thomas, has his arm wrapped protectively around Emily, his 6-year-old daughter. Their bond appears unbreakable. Yet, beneath the surface of this moment lies a tragic secret. The father and daughter moved to the small town of Riverton, Georgia just a year ago, seeking a fresh start. Emily's mother, Sarah, had previously vanished without a trace. One cold November evening, she kissed Emily goodnight and walked out of their home, never to return. The police found no evidence of foul play, no leads to follow. Thomas was devastated, his world shattered. He did his best to shield Emily from the pain, concocting stories of Sarah's business trip that had somehow extended indefinitely. Days after this photo was taken, Thomas prepared breakfast like any other morning. Emily's room was eerily silent. He found her bed empty, her teddy bear abandoned on the floor. He scoured the house, the yard, and the surrounding woods. The police were called again, and the small town mobilized to search for the missing girl. Days turned into weeks with no sign of Emily. The photo of Thomas and Emily remains on the mantelpiece of their once happy home, a haunting reminder of what was lost. This crayon drawing was discovered tucked away in a stack of papers on the small desk in 7-year-old Lily's room. Lily's mother, Karen, tried to recall when Lily had drawn it. Over the past few months, Lily had become increasingly withdrawn and anxious, frequently waking up in the middle of the night screaming about a dark man in her room. Karen and her husband, Mike, had dismissed these episodes as nightmares, a common occurrence for children. They reassured her with nightlights and bedtime stories, but nothing seemed to ease her fears. The night after discovering the drawing, Karen and Mike tucked Lily into bed and placed the picture on the kitchen table. That night, a thunderstorm raged outside. The power went out, plunging the house into darkness. They soon heard Lily's terrified screams echo through the halls. Rushing to her room, they found her huddled in a corner, eyes wide with terror, staring at the empty space at the foot of her bed. "He's here! He's here!" Karen scooped Lily into her arms while Mike searched the room. Finding nothing, they decided to let her sleep in their bed for the night. As they settled in, Lily whispered, "He doesn't like it when I'm not alone." The next morning, Karen showed the drawing to Lily. "Sweetie," she said, "who is this?" Lily's face paled. "That's the dark man. He comes when you're asleep. He wants me to go with him." Desperate, Karen contacted a child psychologist who suggested that Lily might be experiencing sleep paralysis or night terrors. Deep down, Karen felt something more sinister was at play. Before they could take further action, tragedy struck. Lily was found lifeless in her bed one morning, her face twisted in an expression of sheer terror. The cause of death was deemed a heart attack, a rarity for a child.